everybody. Welcome back to the She Say podcast. I am Soleil.
I am B. Nicole.
And we back again with another episode. I think this is episode 12.
I think it is 12.
Double digits, y'all. We going up. Now, it's been a busy week. It's been a busy month for us. So y'all, we've been trying to be consistent with the episodes and whatnot. I think we've been pretty consistent, but it's been a busy week. Man, my man birthday, just business parties, we got 2 businesses outside of this, and then still personal life and all that type of stuff. So y'all know how it go. But we still dropping fire content.
Definitely, most definitely.
Exactly. So what you want to get into this week? What you want to talk about?
Want to talk about the streets is talking?
The streets is
Can we open it up with the streets is talking? Because they've been talking this week for sure.
They definitely been talking. Now, what I want to talk about is Nick Cannon, y'all. Now, I know everybody know he got multiple baby mothers and multiple children, but to me, it's kind of getting to the point where it's just like, me personally, I think it's just too much. I feel like every time I turn around, I see a new woman who is saying she's pregnant by him. And he wear every maternity shoot. Probably is a good man, as far as he probably is pretty active in the pregnancies and whatnot, but it just seemed like, I think, how active can you be in a household with that multiple
all
children?
those kids? It's no way possible you can split yourself that many times to be there with all those kids.
I don't think so either.
And do he even have multiples by some of the same women, or
he
is just
do.
Mariah?
He got multiples. I think it's the
or it's another set of twins. I believe
it's another set of twins, and I don't know. Maybe I'm hearing wrong, but I think it's something else. I think, do he got another multiples on the way? I don't know. That's up in the air. I could be wrong. But
even still, though,
it's just
you're not going to be able to be everywhere at one time.
And I don't understand why would he. I mean, you said that he got lupus.
Yeah, he got lupus, and he said that he was sick, and he just basically was like, I'm guessing he just want his legacy to live on, or I'm guessing that's why he doing it. But I do know that he said because he was sick, that's why he wanted those kids. But it's like,
yeah,
that's a lot. And then why would doing it by all them different women? It seemed like it'd be so much that you got to deal with, so many personalities. You got a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but everybody's still at the end of the day not gonna get what they need at that given time that they need it, because you can't be everywhere.
You can't be everywhere, and then not only that. To me, I go even back to the women. Even though y'all know, okay, for him, he got his reasons. Okay, if that is his reason, he got lupus and he want to have as many children as he can. Okay, I still don't agree with it, but okay. Right. But my thing is, a woman, and it's not like these women are not kind of successful in their own right. All the women that I have known, they're not known to the world, but they know to some people, but they seem like they doing well for themselves. So my question is, why would y'all
go be a part of that, basically, because that's what they
be a part of it.
Being a part of it.
Yeah, why are you being part of it? Why are you settling for him as a father? You know what I'm saying?
Because he ain't got that much money for y'all to just be settling. So
it's why settle for him? Not even even if we take money out, why settle?
Why is it him?
Why settle for your child to have to fight with about 7-8 kids?
And then it's obvious that it's not going to be it's not going to be a thing with him and these women, because he moving too fast.
And it's y'all pretty much know what it is. That's if you was to come connected with Nick Cannon, what you think it's gonna be?
I'm broke, so
I'm not saying don't date him. I say, bitch, go date him. But
for real, it's to me, honestly, it's selfish for the kids.
That's what I think too.
Anytime that you having all those kids like that, and you have to, you know what I'm saying, split yourself up or split your time up amongst all these kids, it's kind of selfish to those kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it's kind of wrong. I don't get, I don't agree with what he's doing. I understand why he's doing it.
Yeah.
But like I said again, it's selfish to the kids. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, God forbid something happen, it's just these women and all these kids.
Girl. And for me, I couldn't imagine just be sitting up there and be fighting. But I don't know how he is as a father. I think he might be a good father, but no matter how good of a father you can be, you still can't be and 7. I don't even know how many kids he got. But
I don't either.
I think it's up there about 8.
8 or 9, yeah. I
8. And then not only that, his one child, I'm not even going to bring that up because I hate, but at the end of the day, he lost a child as well. Like, to me, it would be just
like it's nothing for him to just have another one, like
to continuously, get these women pregnant, and just it's like, to me, I wonder what's the balance, what's going on. I think it's deeper than kind of like even what he's saying. It's just like what is really going on to where. And I saw him in an interview when he was speaking about monogamy, polygamy, and all that type of stuff. And he was basically saying, like, men are not meant to be with just one woman. They're meant to procreate and be with multiple women. And they basically were saying, like, we as women are not meant to be with multiple men because we can only have a baby for 9 months. But a man can go out here and spread his seeds to 10 women at one time. They can get 10 women pregnant at the same time. So basically, that shows you that they're meant to procreate multiple. You know what I'm saying? They're not meant to just be monogamous. Girl, no, they be going into, other different,
I don't agree with that. I never have agreed with it. I don't agree with it. And it's really sad that our generation, the men in our generation, they really do think like this. I've heard this multiple times.
Yeah.
I've heard the whole, I can't be with a woman if she's straight. Because I like girls. And
why is that though?
Because they said because they like girls. So they got to be with somebody that like girls because they're not set, like you said, to be with just one girl. So I'm going to have this girl and I'm going to bring her home to my girl. And we going to have this girl. It's just like.
That's crazy. So you set out to date a girl. So he dating a girl and he be like, she be like, no, I'm not into girls. He just like Xing it, like, I can't fuck with you, basically.
That's what he said, basically. Like, he said he would never get serious with a girl that don't like girls. And I just was like, is this what we coming to? Like,
yeah, because then it's like now, if you even going back to women, like, how do you? Because then it's like, are they really telling you they really like girls? And they really don't like girls, but they doing that just for you to please you? You know what I'm saying? So that's when you opening up a whole nother thing too, like where the woman is just not happy, like for real, and ultimately she gonna end up leaving or keep sacrificing herself, and then she gonna leave eventually. But sometimes they don't.
It's just crazy. It's crazy. But I heard that. So, which is bringing me on the other topic of this Kevin Samuels stuff. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Because I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'm like, wow. It seemed like I was just watching him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. And then he was still kind of young. I mean, he wasn't that young, but he was still. I like to call him a young man because he's still kind of young.
50 is young to really go out. You have to think. And then not only that, to me, I feel like no matter what he used his platform for, he really was just like, I feel like getting started. Like, I knew about him. Yeah, me too. I knew about him. I watched him plenty of times, but I felt like where people, like, as far as like he was becoming known to everybody. I think he was just getting himself started, basically. And now I'm seeing a lot of people talking about, that women wanted him dead. Women, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, XYZ, like, y'all, in so many words, basically, like, why are y'all, like, y'all basically wanted him
dead. To me, that's the craziest shit that, honestly, I probably ever heard. Like, because just over somebody's opinion, you want them dead? Like, okay, I understand that he was making our men look at us different. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody got their own opinion. Everybody got their own way of thinking.
And then you got weak-minded people. I feel like if you really worry, like if a man really take what he say and go from like verbatim, word from word, and live by it like that, don't have their own notion, their own, you know what I'm saying, preconceived notions about women, how they interact with women, then you a weak-minded man. And the same thing goes with a woman. And a lot of y'all this is how I feel. Yes, I don't agree with everything Kevin Samuels said. Do I think some things he said is true in some ways? Maybe, yeah. Like, I think with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. What I don't agree with when he based things like, oh, you can't find, like I seen, you can't find a woman in Detroit, you can't, it's not no good women in Chicago. Yeah. Or he has said some off-the-wall type of stuff. But at the same same time, you got to think he has a YouTube channel. Like,
he's just trying to get out here like everybody else is trying to get out here. And it works.
And people bought into that. You know what I'm saying?
Because who's to say he really felt like this in real life? We don't know how that man felt in real life.
Exactly.
You know what
we
I'm saying?
don't know how he felt. And then at the same time, I just think that for women who called in on his show and who would take what he said as just like God's word, basically, at the end of the day, y'all weak-minded too. Because why are y'all going on this show and allowing this man to basically rate y'all and tell you, are you valuable or not valuable and this type of stuff?
Right.
Like, so I think at the end of the day, a lot of guys, y'all still, it's crazy to me. Because I still think they weak-minded too, some of them.
So if you're going and watching this man's show and living by his word day by day, you are very weak-minded.
Yeah.
It was some stuff that he said that did make sense that you can take stuff away from it and bring it back. But some of the stuff, like I said, a lot of his stuff, of course, because I am a woman, it was degrading to us.
Yeah.
But just because it's degrading to me, don't mean like, you know what I'm saying? I want him to die. Like,
right.
That's a little bit hard.
And that, but you know,
nobody like, come on now.
But that's crazy because I seen like before his death was even confirmed, like I seen posts, and the post is basically like Kevin Samuels rumored to be dead. Is so funny to me. And then, like, cause his death, the stories about how his death was, like, how he went out was coming out, like how he went out with a Latino girl.
Yeah, so many conspiracy theories about that.
Yeah, he died on top of her, basically, type stuff. So I seen some people like, oh, he went out the best way, all this type of stuff, like, and then a lot of people were just like, oh, he deserves to be dead because what he said or how he acted, but like, even Vivica Fox, I seen something like she basically was like. She said something like, that's what he get. Basically, so many words. That's why, you know, how he used his platform, it's karma. So basically, that's the reason why he went out that way. I feel like y'all, I mean, at the end of the day,
they taking it to the extreme.
I think when somebody died, the man is dead.
It's dead. Yeah.
Like, and this even go back to the one man we was talking about on previous podcast where it was a white woman and a black guy and he was killed, but a lot of people wasn't rallying and supporting him because of what things he said and his brother said. Basically, he said that shit in high school. Like,
that was so long ago.
Even though I don't agree with what he said, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all are so worked up on what he said that y'all missing of the way he died. No, and it's not even talked about right now. Like, nobody's talking about it, so she don't get off. And a big thing for me is she was at a restaurant the next day after you done murdered your boyfriend the previous day. I don't care if she was doing self-defense or whatever. It seemed like you would be so heartbroken or whatever that you wouldn't want to go nowhere.
You wouldn't want to be in the public right now. Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's some stuff going on with that case, but it just ties back into Kevin Samuels. People are so worked up on what they, you know, basically like what they said on their platforms versus just the fact that they did. Like, have some respect for the dead. That's all I'm saying. Like, period.
And his family and stuff. Like, come on now, that's a little bit insensitive.
It is insensitive. It's not like he sat up there and I can see if he raped somebody or killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? All he did was spoke about how he felt, and he might not even felt that way.
Yeah.
He using himself as a platform, and yeah, it's bad, but that's social media, y'all. It's a lot of people who go on social media who don't mean what the fuck they say. It's a lot of celebrities out here who not saying and go about who not really living by what they putting out there. So
more than a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the streets is talking, y'all.
That is the streets talking.
So, I seen a post today on Facebook, and I shared it because honestly, I've been feeling this way. That's how I always felt, because I just always felt that way. So, I'm gonna read y'all the post. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. So, it says, I was sharing a lot today. Request that DNA test. If she only slept with you, she won't be offended. Okay. So this is my token of the post. Now, I'm not going to say the woman won't be offended. Because I think if a woman is solely with a man, and he comes to her and be like, I want a DNA test, yeah, you're going to be like, why? Or, I only been with you. Why do you want a DNA test? So, I get that part. You know what I'm saying? I have experienced that before. But in the same notion, I feel like for a man, they should have the right to request it regardless. And if you really know, and if he come and be like, depending on y'all relationship, now if y'all married and he comes to you like that, then you gotta worry about what the fuck really going on for him. I do really, like, you gotta wonder, like, what the fuck going on? We're married. If you never gave him a reason to question you, then
coming at me like that.
What's going on? Why are you coming at me like this? But if you stepped out or something, he has a right to ask you that. So I just feel like the thing is, I feel like, and for me having a son, I feel like they should have that right, and it shouldn't even come to a question where they got to question you. It should just be in the house. It should be right there in the hospital.
I definitely agree. I do feel like they should definitely be taken in the hospital right then and there when that baby first come out.
Mm-hmm.
That way, family members, nobody, because you got people that's like my mom. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be like, I want a test.
Yeah. And
you can't blame these. You can't blame people like that, because I'm not taking in just anybody's kid and taking care of anybody's kid. Like, that's a lot of responsibility, whether I'm a grandparent, aunt, whatever it is. I'm not doing it. So, like you said, unless y'all married, and sometimes even when y'all married, but I do feel like that it should be done at the hospital. Now, like you said, it may come off a little offensive, because I would be like, what?
Right.
But I'll be down with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it was in the hospital, then I ain't got to worry about paying for it. I ain't going to pay for it anyway. You going to pay for it.
Exactly. The men are always going to pay for it. And the men are always going to pay for the birth as well. Mm-hmm. You know, technically. So, and that's how I feel. I feel like it should be done automatically. It should be a whole setup, like how they have where you had a baby, you sign a birth certificate and all that before the birth certificate. Unless the people be like, I already know we good, we don't need a test, then okay. Right. But I think it should just be automatic.
But still, even then, to me, I think, because you can switch up at any point in time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
To prevent all of that, at the hospital when this baby first born, everybody gets swabbed. Everybody
don't have no confusion, because there's so many things that legally goes in with having a child, like that goes wrong at the end of the day. And not only that, like I watch a lot of
people don't realize that, like let's say you had this child, right? Mm-hmm. You think it's this daddy, or you telling them it's that this person is the father. Yeah. And then some stuff go happen with this child. Yeah. Or not go happen. I said that all wrong. But something happens with this child, whereas they need something from that birth parent. Yeah. Then what? Now you pretty much screwed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't waited till the child got up in age. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I seen something on paternity court where it was two sisters or whatever. And
don't tell me they was cousins and brothers and sisters.
Girl, no.
Oh, I done seen it.
It wasn't that crazy, but the thing was, they grew up thinking this man was their father. So basically, they thought this man was their daddy. You know, he done right by them, all this type of stuff. But they literally like in their late 20s or whatever, and they keep hearing talk, like family talking, like little stuff. They say little stuff like, in the past, your mama was this, she was this, da da da. And they like, oh, okay. So then the mama, just out the blue, came out to them. I don't know. I think they said she had like too much to drink or whatnot. They was all out or whatever. And she was like, that's not y'all daddy. To both of them. Y'all need to get a test. Because to be honest with you, I don't know. Now these girls late in their 20s, they daddy. This the man that they known all their life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you telling them that this man is not biologically your father. So they go on the show. They say their whole story and whatnot. Come to find out, he ain't the daddy of neither one of them. And she don't know who the daddy is, who's they daddy. Like, so my whole thing is like, you got to think about what you want.
Sometimes I really be thinking that these women be knowing.
Oh, they know.
Like, like, don't sit up here and be like, unless you was a hoe, like,
not the
hoe, like a real hoe. Corner working hoe. Yeah. Like. Yeah. Nah, you couldn't have possibly slept with all these different men.
That you don't know who the father is.
You got some type of idea
who the father of your kid is. And I agree with that. Because you can't tell me you don't know who you're sleeping with and who you using unprotection and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sleeping with unprotected. So at the end of the day, I do think you know. But I just think that's sad because I can never imagine looking at my child in the face and being like, he not your daddy. Or having them think somebody
their whole life
is their father. Yeah. It's not their father because you got to think you robbing a kid of actually knowing their father. You know, and it's right. It's good that this man, it's great that he went and did what he had to do with them. But now you robbing him of that as well. Like, he done financially took care of these kids. He done all this. And people like will say, oh, well, that's still his kids at the end of the day. Yeah, now. But.
And it's still not the same.
It's still not the same because it's like if them kids wasn't his, he wouldn't have did that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10. So it's just like y'all set these. I don't like how women go and they try to set men up, knowing damn well that's not their kids. And I feel like for us, we carry these kids. We know they're our kids. We don't have to have that doubt or that worry like, damn, this might not be my kid. But for a man, I couldn't imagine having that feeling like, damn, this might not be my kid, or they looking at the kid, because that's natural in the man, period. I don't care, even if you might be married to him, they still might have some doubt if the baby come out not looking the same way.
Not looking like him. That happens all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, I don't see nothing wrong with making tests mandatory. I feel like it should be mandatory all the way. And if women got a problem with it, then y'all just gonna have a problem with it. Period.
I don't think you should have no problem with it.
But some people might. Like,
you know. Yeah, because you're lying. That's why. Tell the truth. I'm just saying, tell the truth.
Yeah.
Lying.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Like, that's all you gotta do. You don't know? You don't know.
You don't know.
But I think they be knowing. Or I ain't gonna say you don't know. It's between such and such. It's between such and such. Get them both tested.
Yeah.
To each his own. Whatever you gotta do.
Get them both tested.
And they make the test now to whereas you can get the baby tested. No, while you're pregnant, you can get the baby
exactly.
Tested. So it's really ain't even no excuse for real.
Period. Like, that's just how I'm going.
Yeah.
So enough of that. Well, it's kind of still on the topic. I still want to talk about just like females holding themselves more accountable in situations.
As far as what though?
Like, as far as being a baby mother or the mother of a child and co-parenting with your child's father.
See, this is the biggest issue that I have with that. These guys be thinking because you're their baby mama, they gonna always have you. We gotta dead that.
Yeah.
If not for us, for these kids. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but why do you feel they might think that way though?
Obviously, it's we portraying that to them, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Portraying and also allowing them that to happen. Yeah. Like, so if you, let's just say, for instance, if you dealing with, let's say if you're not really dealing with your child's father, but let's say your child's father is not doing much for the kid how you would want them to do. But whenever it comes down to him want to fuck, you allow it to happen. You know what I'm saying? What kind of messages you sending to him? So he can't.
You sending a message that he can do whatever the fuck he want to do with you, and he ain't got to take care of no kid. Exactly. See, it's different if y'all ain't had no kid involved. You know what I'm saying? But you laying down with a man that does nothing for not just anybody kid, your kid.
Right.
That's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. That's a major problem because at the end of the day, like how you said, you allowing him access to you, and you allowing him to really come in and out of his child's life whenever he wants to.
And that's the thing, we gotta protect our kids. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because once somebody becomes the father of your child, they're not just that nigga that you was fucking. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a whole different ball game because we got little lives involved.
Exactly, we got kids involved, and at the end of the day, your kid gonna grow up eventually. Your kid gonna be seeing how you allowing this nigga to do X, Y, Z,
and the kid gonna have questions about that. How are they gonna look at you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think definitely that's something that us as women we need to think about.
Yeah, and I think that go a lot of ways. You know, as far as parenting, and just like the dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Like having control over your situation.
Over the situation.
You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how you might feel about a person, you can't allow them to just do whatever the fuck they want to do. At the end of the day.
My daddy always told me. You had a man to act right and you got a kid, stop taking that nigga calls. Ignore his ass. Don't give them access to you at all. Because one thing you're not about to do, you're not about to play with my kid.
Right.
You're not about to play with mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so when do you say? When do you say you do stuff like that though? Because when you say not having access to the kid, are you meaning what kind of?
So you thinking it's okay for you to call me and hit me up when you want something.
This point is all in your face. I gotta say.
But you don't call me to see how your kid doing. You don't call me to ask me what I need for your kid.
Right.
Or for our kid. That's a problem. So no, don't call me. Don't try to hit me up or something. I'm not giving you shit, bro. You don't get my kid shit.
Right.
So what I'm gonna give you something for?
Right.
Next. Bye.
Yeah.
That's just a complete turn off to me.
Yeah.
That's because it's like you sleeping with a bum. And not just any bum.
Your kid's
your kid father.
At the end of the day.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, but do you think it's signs of that though? Like, you know what I'm saying, knowing that a nigga just like really ain't shit, and then you sit up here have a baby, and
I say you have to like, especially if the guy already have kids. Like my son's father had kids already. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention I spent the majority of my life with him, but
yeah.
That's neither here nor there. He had kids, you know what I'm saying? I saw how he treated those kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I saw how he treated the mother of those kids. So I can honestly say, you know what I'm saying, that I knew what I was getting myself into and who I was dealing with.
At the end of the day, it's a pattern. You kind of can see what kind of father they're going to be to yours. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes men might not be a good boyfriend or a good, you know what I'm saying, husband, but they could be a good father to their kid. You know what I'm saying?
And my thing is, if he not doing what the fuck he supposed to do for his kid, make him do that shit. Because a lot of people say you can't make them.
You can.
But you can't. If they really a good person,
you gonna bring it up out of them.
Yeah, you gonna bring it up out of them.
It's called holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying?
That's my thing. If you be okay with everything that he does, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I'm going to sleep with him because if I know if I sleep with him, then he's going to be here.
Right.
You can't. That's because what happens if he chooses not to sleep with you no more? Somebody else come along.
Right.
Then what? Now he's gone. He's going to, you know what I'm saying? Now what?
That's a whole nother level, too. That's a whole nother topic. Because now you're talking about, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, though.
A bitter baby mama at the end of the day.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
But now you're doing it, but you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're doing it because you're bitter now. You see what I'm saying? When you should have did this in the beginning, and he would have knew not to play no games with you.
Exactly.
That's my whole thing.
You're right. And that's true.
So we definitely got to hold ourselves accountable for that.
Yeah. And even like...
And we got to teach them, like you said, how to treat us. We got to demand our respect. When we got y'all kids, these men kids, y'all should most definitely give us the utmost respect because of all this stuff that we did to bring these kids into this world.
Speaking of that, now I gotta since Mother's Day just passed or whatever, I got a question. Do you think that let's say if a man have multiple baby mothers, or let's say he just got one and he's dating somebody else or whatever, do you think a man should give is he obligated to give his child's mother a Mother's Day gift? And also, wish her happy Mother's Day.
A happy Mother's Day? Yes. Out of respect?
Yeah.
I think so. A gift?
Kind of torn.
I'm kind of torn by it. I like the idea of it coming from the child.
So basically you said you feel like you're torn between it.
Yeah.
50-50 with it. I feel like that kind of in a sense too. But yeah, I mean,
I'm like 60.
Like how you said, 60. Yeah. I feel like if like how you said, if it's coming from the kid and he's saying like, okay, this is from the kid, you know, the XYZ. But do you feel certain gifts are too expensive though?
Yes.
So let's say if he's giving his baby mother a car, or for Mother's Day. Like,
see, I even say that. See, when you friend zone people, I always talk about this at work today. You friend zone somebody or something like that. See, a baby mama is just a baby mama. Okay, now it's different when y'all together, y'all married. It's different. When a baby mama, baby daddy is we parenting. That's what we doing. Yes, there's no such thing as too much of a gift. A car, some flowers. You know what I'm saying? A teddy bear from the kid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This from your kid. Here, this for your kids.
And this is for you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing wrong, because we know that it came from you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that. But a car, I'd be happy to get a car.
I was about to say, I mean, I feel like
turning it down.
I feel like, okay, it depends on the amount of, I feel like this. Certain gifts depend on the situation of the man. Like his financial situation.
And that too, or what if you really need a car? Now that might be different too.
If she really need a car, or what if he just became like let's just say
he
like
just got on
he got money like this, so he like, okay, after a while, let's say she don't need a car right away, but he just want to upgrade her car.
It depends. It just all depends to me, because now if he got a woman, it depends. He got a woman, I gotta throw that one. That regular car, is it low, like just getting y'all from point A to point B? No,
I'm not gonna say it's low, but I'm gonna say it's about 5 years. She had a car for 5 years.
But is it reliable?
And he wanna it's reliable, but he wanna upgrade her before the car break down. She got a son or his daughter, so he wanna upgrade her in that sense. But what if he always comes to her like that, though? What if he just does this because they share a child? So it's like, if he got it like that, what's wrong with him making sure his child is just as comfortable?
If his wife, I'm going to say his wife. I'm not going to say a woman. Because a woman don't hold no titles.
Okay, so if he got a wife and he does,
if his wife is okay with that, then all right, fine.
But she's not okay with it.
Well, shit. You said the first car, what's wrong with that Toyota Camry, man?
Ain't nothing wrong, but this is what I'm saying. Okay, let's say in the care, let's say he ain't gotta be no rapper now. Let's say he just got money, he could be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Let's say he a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. He got a certain amount of money. He a wealthy lawyer though. Like, getting big cases and all this. When his child is in his care, he's caught with a certain kind of lifestyle, a certain security. When he goes back with the mom, he wants to make sure his child has that same level of security. She could possibly do for herself. She ain't asking for the shit, but he just do with it. Would you have a problem with that?
No, give me the car. Just give me the car.
What if you the wife?
If it's for the kid, all right. Well, listen, we ain't finna.
Where do it go too far for you?
Car is kind of far, but I mean, I guess if it's a nice, reliable, for sure, I feel more safe with my child in a newer car.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know what too far. I don't know. I don't know what too far is. I think it.
I got one for you though. You ain't gonna.
I got one for you. Big Man did this right.
Who?
Him and his baby mama to this day is beefing. Because he took the damn house from her. You remember that, right?
50 Cent?
50 Cent.
That's why that son act like
that. That's why that son don't like. Don't know what you think about that.
That's foul as hell. I feel like if your son is still living in a household with your child's mother, and if you gifted her that house, there's no reason why you should be taking their house from them. Like, that's just some weak stuff to me. Like, I would never. I don't care what she doing. At the end of the day, you gifted her this house.
She deserves to be
in a nice
house. That's your kid house.
It's your kid house, and if you feel some kind of way about whatever the fuck she doing, you need to be more worried about getting your son versus taking a house from her. And then once everything go down, then you can figure out, okay, we need to work. But how dare you take a house, a home from your child? Because this is the thing about men that they understand. We talked about this before. Being a man, you're supposed to provide for your kid no matter where your child is at. Providing is a role of taking care of your child. Yeah, be there, be present, but you also have to provide for your child. No matter
some guys they'll be like, well, my kid ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm taking the house because it's mine. I can take my kid. My kid ain't got to live with you. My kid ain't got to live with her. My kid ain't got to live with you.
But you're not taking your
But what if he did want to take them?
That's fine if you want to take me. My whole thing is, what's your reason for taking them? But you didn't take them.
And you're not going to take them.
And the thing about it is, your son had to bear witness to all of this. Now your son looking at you wrong because you got to think it probably just was him and his mom, or if she did have other kids, whatever. he's probably her oldest child. At the end of the day, it's probably just been them, and he looking like, damn, he's probably had to be the man in the household a lot of the time, you know? So if you're supposed to be my father and I'm witnessing you do it to my mama, it's probably no telling how much that boy done seen as far as what his mom done went through, the process of her losing her house and all this shit. So at the end of the day, I
really honestly think that's why he hurt. You know what I'm saying? Especially
definitely
if it's like you said, and I think 50 was with his mama for a long time actually. But I do think that's why he hurt, because it's like, damn, you took my mama's house, but you took my, like,
yeah,
I'm here with her, like,
I'm here with her, and then more so, like, this is my mom too. You gotta think boys like want to be the protector of their moms and stuff like that. And if it was just probably him and her, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, even for me, I know if when my daddy did shit to my mom, I was like, like, if I knew she not in the wrong, you know what I'm saying? It's not even taking sides. It's just like, I know she not in the wrong, and I know you really on some fuck shit, and you trying to treat her this way, trying to make her, hell no. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just a defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? And probably would be the same way for a girl with her father as well. If she know her mama doing some grimy stuff and get down on her daddy, you know, it's just like, you know, he was foul. And that's why you see it. And I don't think he wrong about it. I mean, I don't think something wrong about feeling how he feel. Like, because obviously,
I don't think he's wrong about feeling like how he feels. And I've been feeling like this a long time with 50. And I you know what? I like 50. I don't like the fact that he got that bullying in him. You know what I'm saying?
That's what throw me off. Yeah.
But I do like him.
Remember when he performed at what's the name? Everybody was trying to be like, why y'all bullying him? Da, da, da. He's 50 years old. He looked like that. And my mom was like, I don't like how they bully him. I'm like, Ma, he troll people all the time. She's like, really? I didn't know that.
All the time.
You ain't on social media like that, but
my thing is, I don't have no respect for no man that can treat their offspring like that.
Yeah.
I don't care. And woman too. I'ma say that.
Yeah.
That kid came from you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're the adult. Make that fucking situation right.
Right. It shouldn't even got to that part.
Your kid ain't supposed to have to come to you and you the parent. You're the parent. You establish your relationship with your child. So I really, like I said, I like 50, but I can only mess with him
so much. You
because I don't like the way that he treats that son. I just don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wasn't there for his graduation. They TMZ uploading the pictures. It's just him and his mama. Like,
really? He didn't go to the graduation?
No.
That's foul.
He didn't go to the graduation. That's real foul.
Yeah, so like, that's not even right.
I don't like that.
Yeah. You should definitely make your way. Ain't no way you 50 Cent. Ain't no way you should not have been at your son's graduation.
Because he was trying to prove the point.
And
you going back and forth with your son. Like, it's like,
thing,
this little boy looks just like you, like your whole face, and you really going
that's crazy to me. And you know, it breaks my heart because I remember seeing him in the Wankster video. Because you know he had him in there. Yeah. So it's just crazy because it seemed like they had a close relationship until, you know, he got older and he probably seen how he was treating his mama. And
then think about how he treat the other son.
Like a trophy.
Yes, he always.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You can't show favoritism. I don't care how old your kid is. You cannot show favoritism between your kids. And that brings me to also Benzino. You can see what's going on with
you know what?
Benzino.
You know what? When I first listened to her very first song, because I'm the type of person, I listen to the lyrics. I like the beats.
Yeah.
But I'm a lyricist too.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to what she's saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, is she serious? And then that's when everything started hitting the blogs. And I'm like, dang, so he really treat her like that.
Right.
Like, Benzino foul.
He foul because this is one thing I think for a child, and I know people say everybody gonna feel, everybody grow up feeling some kind of way about their past, okay, granted. But I would never speak out about my mother or my father in a negative way, especially like in social media and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm on an interview with somebody be like, oh, you know, just she openly talks about him. She openly talks about him in music. She openly talks about that's what I'm saying. So that's showing you how hurt she is about the process. So you did something, or you didn't do something for her to be in this. And I seen he had an interview with what's her name? Dang.
Well, thing number one, he didn't believe in her.
He definitely
didn't support her.
He didn't support her. He didn't believe in her. But then he also had he had a interview with, what's up, girl? You know who she is from Escape, Candy. So he had an interview with her, and in the interview, he was basically just saying like, he was talking about bitter baby mamas and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's bitter baby mamas out there, but he was talking about her situation, the situation with his other son's moms and different things like that. And then he was just talking about the industry in general, and he was basically saying like, it seemed like to me he was always saying it's somebody else's fault for why certain things and why these things are happening to me. I feel like as a parent of a kid, you have to take responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
I always say that, even with Scott from Black Ink.
Yeah,
I always said
for what you did not do.
You created this kid. It started with you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
These kids got questions. You gotta be the one to answer.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, like you said, she crying out for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody fix that but her daddy. That's who she want that attention from. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now you need to figure out, what do I need to do to make it right with my daughter? On top of that, the girl's a star. And you doubted her the whole time. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should make them feel real dumb.
Exactly. And it's the thing is, I don't care how old a kid get or how young a child is. If they feel like they missing something as far as that attention from their father or attention from their mother, they're going to act out in ways.
Even when they get grown.
Even when they get grown, the stuff does not change. It could be a 50-year-old person. They still, yearning for that attention at the end of the day. So I feel like they need some counseling too. But I feel like they need to work it out, and I feel like people got to start parenting and being responsible.
Taking responsibility.
And everybody need to be
owning up to their
for their actions. And at the end of the day, and as it go back to a start with them paternity test, because as adults, if y'all are legit and real about y'all shit, half of these issues wouldn't be had. For real. All of it.
And these women need to take accountability for we know the signs before we lay down with these men.
With the men. Know the signs, and also stop trying to play, because it's a lot of men that play, be on board. But at the same time, when you lay down and you decide to have a baby with somebody, at the end of the day, you make the choice to have a motherfucking baby. You know what I'm saying?
Or without.
That
man.
Or without. And I ain't gonna even go into it, but it is bringing me something. This quick, y'all. We gotta wrap it up.
Daddies, maybe.
Yes.
They always say that.
But I was just thinking back to, like, we finally finished. I'm late, y'all. I finally finished Insecure. And Condola.
Qdoba.
When she was pregnant with that baby, she said, I'm just letting you know, but basically I can do it with or without you unprepared. Like, this is just.
So, bitch, you gotta stand on the words.
You better stand on the words. But I didn't like how his family just started, like, her family was just making like he was a deadbeat. Like,
because you gotta think about it. What was she telling her family to make them feel like he was a deadbeat?
Exactly. So basically, you hold him on some kind of what word I'm looking for? Not level, but some kind of pedestal. But you're not communicating to him what you expect, because I get it. She had the baby. She's stressed. She, all this, and you think it's easy. See, people think, oh, I'm about to have this baby. It's about to be X, Y, Z. I can handle this. I'm gonna have a nice little shit. That should be a whole different playing field. Like, it's a beautiful experience, but that girl, them 5 a.m., all that type of stuff, I don't miss it. Like, I'm straight.
Either.
So, I think I can see how she got in over her head, but what I loved about Insecure is I loved how it showed her dynamic.
My thing, yeah, me too. My thing is, though, how it was like, let me be a part, like, let me help. Let me do this. Let me do, and she just was like, I got it. But then in the same breath, she was fighting them for it. So
it's like you can't
he's coming to you
when you're not trying to help.
Yeah, he's telling you, like, let me help you. You know what I'm saying? And you just like,
yeah, it was crazy to me.
And he really didn't even give her no reason to even be like that, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was about.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all. That's the end of the show. I had to put my little insecure twist because I haven't watched the show. I know it's like about months old. Very late.
Shout out to Issa Rae. That was the shit.
She better come with a movie.
She better come with something else, though.
And she better come with the movie because I mean, 2 years, give us a movie. 2 years, 3 years, I get 5.
Because y'all, you know you and Lawrence are supposed to be married.
That's
or a baby was supposed to come.
That's what
we was waiting on that Issa.
Lawrence and Issa. And then next thing we know, all we getting is Molly and all the other people pregnant.
We want to see Molly and Kelly.
I love seeing them happy though.
I do too, but I want to see Issa
and Lawrence. That's what we was waiting for. And they gave us that dry. Okay, we got to go, y'all. But at the end of the day, it's been real. And we up. We see y'all in the next episode. Anything else we got to say?
Cheers to the 12th episode.
All right. Cheers. And we out.